Maple Grove first responders are warning about the dangers of carbon monoxide. This after Maple Grove police officers attempted to rescue a man from carbon monoxide poisoning. The carbon monoxide came from exhaust of a running vehicle. While the officers weren't able to save the man, they did risk their own lives and were awarded a Medal of Valor for their efforts. The Maple Grove fire chief says the incident is a good reminder for residents to keep carbon monoxide detectors active.
Carbon monoxide, it's odorless, colorless, tasteless. It isn't irritating, so you don't even know it's there. It's one of the things that we've called the silent killer because it's just so sneaky.
The most common cause of carbon monoxide poisoning comes from appliances such as water heaters, boilers, or unvented space heaters.
Our recommendation is you should have a carbon monoxide alarm on every level of your home. They come in ones that just have an alarm and don't have any kind of readout. They have some that have a digital readout. The digital readout, it can be helpful. It gives us an idea of how much carbon monoxide may be present. But when your alarm goes off, you call the fire department.
Carbon monoxide detectors last around 7 years and cost anywhere from $30 to $40. This Sunday is International Widow's Day. One Maple Grove mom is trying to make a difference by reaching out to women who have experienced loss and are raising children on their own. Mary Lower is helping to organize an afternoon picnic and provide useful information.
Well, this event is a first-time event, and it came about for a need locally for widows with kiddos. Some of us are younger widows, and we have kids in elementary, high school, etc., and we need different resources than a grandmother that may have passed because her husband died of old age. So a number of women got together through initially the group Widow Might, and they've given us some sponsorship and some support, but we have found so many other resources in town.
The picnic is this Sunday at the Pavilion at Minnehaha Falls in Minneapolis. It's from 4 to 7 p.m. and you can find out more information on our website, ccxmedia.org. A Golden Valley-based disaster relief organization has come up with a novel way of helping to rebuild communities. Headwaters Relief Organization has come out with a series of children's books designed to help kids cope with traumatic situations such as hurricanes, Ebola outbreaks, or being forced to flee from your home country. Since 2010, Headwaters has come out with 6 children's books. Each book features a central character who's experienced that community's disaster and speaks the local dialect. The books have become another important tool Headwaters staff members use during their disaster relief response.
The work with the books are very, very rewarding. We can feel the changes. We can see how it brings the positive vibe in the room when we're using the book as a tool with the children and the families. So it is a really rewarding, positive experience.
The books have all been written by different authors who have donated their time and talents. This weekend, we experienced a backyard getaway right under our nose. Photographer Dustin Scholl and reporter Eric Nelson explored a busy highway in the northwest suburbs and found some unique things along the way.
This week in Backyard Getaways, we take a spin on State Highway 55. And we start on the fringe of Plymouth, where the scene is more country than city. There are plenty of pastoral views out here, where the pace is slow and easy. Just a few hundred yards from the Double Nichols Highway, we spotted real chickens crossing a road, and another that lures people off the road.
They love the breakfast, love the staff, love the kitchen.
Peg's Countryside Cafe has been a roadside attraction since the 1950s.
There used to be just a couple trees here and just a flat field here.
This throwback cafe sits in the shadow of a fast food giant. But not even McDonald's can eclipse a trendy place that has a tug on celebrities and locals.
We get everybody from Bert Blyleven to Tim Laudner to Terry Steinbach. Corey Koski lives in the area. He's here quite often with his family.
Peg's had a lasting impression on Mickey Rooney, who was performing in the area in 1984.
He had a play in St. Paul, came out to Medina to golf, and ended up hearing about us, came for lunch and then breakfast the next day.
Another popular spot is Dundee Nursery.
It's a family-owned business, yep.
Which has been a staple on Highway 55 since 1943.
This was a destination between here and 494. There was nothing over there.
Dundee is 15 acres of plant passion and flower power. The colorful setting can brighten anyone's mood.
Rarely do you get angry customers walking in here because they're all here for the fun.
Not much has changed at Dundee through the decades. Even their sign is still retro. But the road that runs past it?
That has changed quite a bit.
A few miles east on 55, or the Olson Memorial Highway as it is sometimes called, we found a place that brags about being the worst.
We came here and they had like the rattlesnake brat and everything that was like unique. And I was like, oh, this is awesome.
If brats aren't your style, try a jumbo pretzel or drink some suds at Dollar Beer Happy Hour.
Being in the cities, that's a really unique thing.
Across the parking lot at the Lighting Outlet Center, we discovered some illuminating factoids.
And they just voted this building the most interesting architecture in Minnesota last January.
It's easy to escape the hustle and bustle of Highway 55. Not too far from the road is Theodore Wirth Park. We found something called the Quaking Bog. The bog is a lush green space that seems more like northern Minnesota than Hennepin County.
Kind of puts the importance of standing in one spot and just taking everything in.
Finally, we capped off our journey at Theodore Wirth Golf Course.
I was going to say, this is the most beautiful hole on the course right here.
From silos to skylines, we saw it all on Highway 55. I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
Young athletes are in summer mode now and often looking for camps and clinics to improve their skills and have some fun. Two local high school programs teamed up for a camp this week. The energy level is sky high in the Maple Grove Community Gym at the Osseo-Maple Grove Boys Basketball Camp this week. It's 2 sessions. This one is for 5th through 8th graders.
Being out of school for a little while, looking for some structure, and coming into an environment where they get to be with their friends and hopefully have a great time playing basketball.
To see Maple Grove and Osseo go head-to-head on the court during the high school season, it might be a surprise to see them work together on this camp. Coaches and high school players from both schools are instructors, and they say it's a natural fit.
There's a little bit of competitiveness, but it really is fun to get along with them here in the camp, and then later this year go play them in a couple big games.
It's a great experience for our two schools, and it's really one big community to come out and work together. And it's really just about the kids, and we all share the same goals for these kids to have a great experience, you know, when they get to high school, but especially at this younger age.
Osseo and Maple Grove, we're two communities so close together. There's no reason why we shouldn't have something like this. Our youth program is together as well. So it makes perfect sense. The rivalry of Osseo and Maple Grove, you know, Friday nights after that, you know, we're all buddies, we're all friends, and we get along really well.
The campers are mixing having fun with learning some skills.
The 2-on-2 drills, pick and roll, scoring the ball.
Biggest thing for me is probably shooting better, getting my correct feet, handling the ball, just running back and forth down the court.
The high school players enjoy the week too.
Oh, it means a lot, like giving back to the kids, because I was once in their position, you know, coming to the camps and getting better at basketball and stuff.
The rivalry's on hold for this week as Osseo and Maple Grove team up to grow the game of basketball in the area. Well, our Sports Jam show on CCX just finished production on its 21st season. On this week's season finale, John Jacobson and I named the top players from the area in both baseball and softball. Here's part of what you'll see. Our first basemen are led by Champlin Park slugger Holly Blaska. The first team All-State pick and Miss Softball finalist hit .597 with 12 home runs, 46 runs scored, and 31 RBIs. She'll play at Miami of Ohio. Marie Schupanitz of Ticino Grace wrapped up a great career with a strong senior season. The Eagles' offensive MVP, Schupanitz hit .481 with 16 runs batted in. She'll play at St. Thomas next season. Kiara Hurd of Park Center is a good fielder as a first baseman and catcher and was Pirates' offensive MVP. She battled through an injury to hit .436 with 7 runs batted in. Hurt will play for Crown College. Maple Grove's Ellie Hosman rounds out our first baseman. Hosman hit .400 and was second on the Crimson with 28 RBIs. She's an all-conference and all-section pick as a junior.
Our talented catching core includes Champlin Park's Tyler Gakeen. The junior hit .333 for the season, including big hits that led to an upset of top-seeded Totino Grace in the section tournament.
And Gakeen delivers for a third time.
In 138 innings behind the plate, Gakeen allowed just 1 passed ball. Hopkins' Jake Perry is a great receiver for a talented and deep Royals pitching staff. Just a sophomore, Perry hit .338 with 8 extra base hits and 16 runs batted in. He was named All-Lake Conference.
Find the ball!
Osseo's John Klein was both a catcher and pitcher for the Orioles this spring. Klein hit .373 for Osseo with 5 doubles and a home run and a slugging percentage of .522. The junior was named to the All-Section team.
The full teams plus state baseball, lacrosse, and golf highlights on Sports Jam online anytime at ccxmedia.org.